Good morning, everyone. It's Maddie with Spectrum Art. Madison is actually not here this morning. It is bright and early this morning. So it is a beautiful Sunday morning and she is sleeping in. So yay for sleeping in, right? Wanted to show you guys a really quick project and something that you could definitely do with everything you have at home at hand. And more importantly, something that is going to give your projects a little bit of an interest. So I had made these tags, and I'm going to be linking the video below on how to go ahead and make the tags if you're interested in seeing that. But we have made these tags during a live show that we had on Katiri's Crafty Ideas YouTube channel. And the challenge was to basically use scraps or anything you had at hand to go ahead and make some tags. So I made these and two more that I'll show you here in a second. But when I was all done with the tag like this, and I had done some fibers up at the top, I looked at it and I thought, oh, it's just still missing something. It was very heavy or ornate on the bottom, but the top kind of looked blank. So then I remembered these really cute charms that I had, and I thought, perfect, because I did start with just putting a charm, dangling it, and it just wasn't enough. But then that just gave it that little something that it needed, right? So I wanted to just share you real quick how to get some of these done. And this is something that you can do as you're sitting there. It's not something that requires a whole lot of tools. So let me go ahead and first tell you what it is that you're going to need. The first thing you're going to need is going to be a paper clip to make these dangles. And any size paper clip will do, and they do vary, but I use these, which are the smaller, regular office size clips. So you'll need some paper clips to make these. You're also going to need some paper strips. Now, any of your scraps, and I know we all have plenty, will work. I even use some of the leftover paper. For example, this paper right here. Here's a piece of when I actually cut the tags out. So any leftover piece of scrap paper will do. You're also going to need some glue, just some white glue will do. And you're going to need scissors, okay? And any of those, any kind will do. The other thing is you're going to need some bling. Now, do you have to have bling? No, not really, but I would highly recommend you do so. So let me show you, now that you've gathered your supplies, let me show you what they look like without the bling, okay? And then you, again, can decide whether you think it will need some bling or not. And then we'll make one together. So what they look like without the bling, and I made quite a few, will look like this. And I'll bring them up for you guys to see. That's what, let me bring up the light. That's what they look like without. And that's this paper right here, actually. See it? Here's another one. So when I make some, I just kind of went, and made a few of them just so that I can have them at hand. I made different colors, so I'll show you those. Okay. And I made, like I said, a few. But again, I just used whatever scraps I had in my little bin, and I'll show you. I keep my scraps, well, several places, but one of the places that I keep my scraps is right next to my cutter. And anything that I have left over, I kind of just throw in here. And as you can see, actually, I think this piece is here somewhere as well. I use this one, I know that, because I recognize this side. Yeah, here it is. Actually, you'll notice that I did one of each. I did this one on this side, and then, oop! I just fling them across, and I did this one using this side, the polka dots. So that's that. And yeah, so just grab your scraps, and even if you have coordinating ones from the projects you're working in, you can use those. But I made all of these sets right here using all the scraps that I just had in that bin. I made some teals, some blues, some whites, some browns, some reds, some pinks. Here's some more pinks. So again, just grab what you have, and while you sit there, you can just easily make those. Now, a couple of things, like I said, are going to be optional, including the bling, but I think the bling gives it a little something. So You're going to need any kind of a bling. Now, whether you are going, I'll give you some ideas and you guys, can go through your stash. You can use some of those flat back strands that you have, which is what's on here as well, right? The pearls. So you can use those. You can use anything that's kind of a smaller, even some of these corded ones. Now, mind you, this is not flat, but again, it will actually work as well. You could also use, I bought these little sets, and don't ask me where. I'm so sorry. I don't remember where I purchased those, but it might have been Amazon. 90% of everything I buy is on Amazon. Does it say on here? No, it's got Chinese writing. It might have been eBay. Not sure. But there are these little bags of flat bags that you can actually use as well. And those actually, this gold right here is what I'm going to be using on this tag right here. Oh, yeah, it's not glued on yet, guys. But you can see where I'm thinking of using this clip right here and then using these little gold ones to decorate that. Then you could also use any other kind of flat backs, whether it's ones like these or anything you have that's small enough to go ahead and decorate. Bling, right? Here's some more bling. Here's another example. So any of those you could go ahead and use to decorate your paperclip dangle right there, right? Okay, now once that is done, up to you. You can either go ahead and also hang some kind of a charm or a bead off the bottom. If that's the case, you're going to need a jump ring and then something to hang off of it, right? Or you could just leave them with the bling without anything hanging from them. They still look cute. So you get to decide. Now, you can get yourself some charms like these. See, and they already come with a jump ring, to hang off. Here's some other samples. And I'm not sure yet which one we're going to use on these. But here's another example. Here's what I'm thinking of doing on this one. I'm going to be putting some purple on there to kind of pick up on that purple fence. So you can also take some jewelry and use that, right? You can break a piece off of that and actually use a piece of jewelry. You could get some other kind of just regular charms. Here's another example of jewelry that can be used. You can just take a little piece of that and dangle it off the paper clip at the end, like so, right? And of course, again, look for broken jewelry. This was a bracelet that I had that was so pretty. But it has actually, I think the clasp, yeah, broke, see? So don't discard those because look how beautiful that purple is, right? And wouldn't that look great right on there? Oh, I think we might use that one. Yep. So let me go ahead and show you how to put one together. Let me move the stuff all aside. Hopefully now you have your materials and your inspiration. And it's pretty simple. I know you guys probably don't need, and there's tons of tutorials on how to do this, I'm sure. This is not something new, but let's go ahead and show you how to make one. We'll make one together real quick. So you're going to grab, I should have grabbed a larger paper clip because you're not limited by size, and I should have shown you on a bigger one because it's easier. You're simply going to go ahead and grab your paper clip. You're going to go ahead and cut your strip to size. Of course, you want to leave a little piece at the top and a little piece at the bottom, like so, to ensure that you have something to hook onto, right? So cut your paper strips a little bit smaller. You're going to go ahead and slide that in. Oh, it's kind of hard to see, guys, sorry, or to show. You're going to slide that in like that. That's all on the paper clip, see that? You're just sliding it in. And then you're going to go ahead and fold. Just fold a little tiny piece. Now, once you have done that, you're going to grab your glue. I have a mess on my desk. I got stuff everywhere. That's what happens when you start creating, right? I got to finish these up so I can actually clean off this desk. But the process is yummy. You're going to go ahead and run a little bead and then just press down. And typically I just kind of do, like I said, a whole bunch. So I would actually grab this, press it down for a second, and then just set it on the side, grab another one, do it, grab another one, do it, and continue on as an assembly basically, to just leave them so they could actually adhere and dry. For the sake of this video, of course, I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm just going to try and be patient and push that in and make sure that it adheres very well. Hopefully it doesn't come apart. Once you've done that, you're just going to wrap it around a couple of times, and this is where your scissors come in, right? You're going to go ahead and snip. You're going to grab that piece that's left over and you're going to flip it over, and then you're going to go ahead and glue that down. And I kind of cut that crooked because it's kind of hard to do it when you're trying to stay in frame. Okay, there you go. We're going to glue that down. And there's a paper clip, right? And now all we have to do is pick what kind of charms we're going to want to, you know, bead down the center, and then what, if anything, do we want to dangle from the bottom. And I would recommend that you just make a few and have them ready in your drawer. You could just leave them like this and just wait and see what type of project or you're going to be, you know, working with, like whether it's going to be teals, whether it's going to be golds that you're going to want. And then you could just leave them like this in a little bag, and then that way whenever you need one, you just grab one and you know, help to coordinate it to whatever it is that you're working with at that point in time. So hopefully these are a few little pieces that you can go ahead and add to your stash, because they're always great to have at hand. If you'd like to see how these tags were actually made, I'll be making the video here shortly and linking it as well, so that hopefully you can get some inspiration, right? So here are the completed ones. I went ahead and on this one added something dangling as well. I chose this medallion coin and I drove it all the way down. I actually added additional links to make sure that it kind of came down here. I just think that it actually brings the eye down towards the middle a lot better that way. So there's that one. So you can use a medallion. This is the original one, which we had already seen with the pearl. This one, I went ahead and after trying to use that purple bracelet piece, it was just too dark in the back, so it kind of just blended in. So instead I went ahead and brought in some light by using this pink heart charm. So that played out really well because it actually pulls this color right here as well as this one. And then on this one, I went ahead and brought in some of that gold and that yellow from the fence. Now, you'll notice that on this one, and I wanted to make sure I reminded you guys that you can use jump rings, of course. These are jump rings, and they sell them in all kinds of different sizes. Just about everywhere, Michael's, Joann's, everywhere you can, you know, even probably Walmart. But you can also use your gourd pins or what are they called? Ball pins. And they come in different colors, different finishes. We even have some color ones. So you can use color things as well. Hey hon, good morning. As well as paper clips. That's also another option. They have color paper clips, but these look like this. And Madison is up. I'm filming, baby. I'm filming. And so you can also get the paper clips and the gourds and the bowl pins in colors. So this is definitely another fun way to go ahead and add. Oh, you're saying good morning. Come on. Say good morning.
Good morning.
So I hope that you guys will try this. Remember, this is something that you can actually create along as you travel, because you need very few supplies. You also can do it while you're sitting on the couch watching TV. If you want to create along and make these tags with us, or so we can give you the inspirational ideas and materials for that, make sure you go ahead and click on the link below, which I will be adding in shortly. And we hope, once again, you guys enjoyed them. You guys will try them. You'll make a whole bunch of these. Yes, and share them along with friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a blessed day. Bye.